All set for kickoff here at Baltimore's M&T Bank Stadium. Today, a good scrap in the AFC North. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're off from Baltimore. Rasheen Ali on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Coverage team tracking him down as he reaches the 35. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player and the most exciting player, not just at his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Kid, I was on the field, the young high school quarterback, just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other and give him a chance to make a play.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing third down to begin this ball game.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping them off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting them even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
The Ravens gonna punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. And this one never had a shot. It's well over the goal line and the end zone entirely, and that'll be a touchback. So here are the Steelers now, taking over for the first time. And they're brought out by the league's elder statesman. Drafted back in 2005, now in his 40s and still going strong, Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level. You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that, actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Steelers first down. A gain of 18 on the play. First down.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play action pass to come.
Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Chopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Rodgers off the play action. It's caught right side by Freiermuth. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
Dude, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. The both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope we have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully, and the tight end, the beneficiary.
It's Warren on third down. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. This one goes for 3 yards. And the Steelers have a first down.
That's one as a running back in this league, you got to convert every time. Teams really don't care. If you're a Hall of Famer or an undrafted rookie, you can't get 1 yard for a first. They're going to start holding auditions for someone who can.
From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And this run is going to push him inside the 40. Give him 7 there.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. Complete out to the right side. And he's got him down to the 30 before going out. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play, down to the 19. Pickup of 12 on that play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he's going to be stopped just a second away from a touchdown. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Might be able to start their game with a score here, Brock. This is 1st and goal. Warren goes the wrong way. He's going to lose several here.
Roquan Smith in on the tackle. A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to the bank in just a moment. It's Steelers ball as we return for the 2nd, and they have to be thinking points here. On 2nd down, Warren gets it again, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers get the game's first points here in the 2nd. All right, so we're already into the 2nd quarter, Brock, but that was just their opening drive of this football game. Fortunately, they did get a touchdown out of it.
Yep, and if opportunities with the ball are going to be as infrequent as they've been to start this game, you got to make each and one of those chances count. In that area, they are a perfect 1-for-1.
Chris Boswell for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Now Boswell on to send this away. Ali to return it. Coverage coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now we'll get set to see the Baltimore offense for the second time. Still in search of their first points as we work our way through the middle of this game. The score 7-0. Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end left. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. That one stopped right at the line for no gain. This is going to be 2nd down.
Boy, is it tough to fool this defense with how well they read and react to these plays. Held that line, and the QB keeper gets nada.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Lamar now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throw here, 3rd down. That's him on the quick hitter. He makes the catch, but is hit before he can get that 1st down. They say he's maybe a yard short.
A gain of 9.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And this gets all the way down inside the 5. The officials blow it dead at the 4-yard line. The Steelers and Jalen Warren headed back out there offensively. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them. Right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, you're going to start to murmur, and you might even hear a few bluebirds.
And he's going to have this one up to about the 17-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
That has got to be so demoralizing for that defense. You pin them back. It's a terrible field position. You run the ball, but they run it right down your throat and move the chains. That stings.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Rodgers going to throw on 1st. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground.
Hey, Kate, you know that line, time is of the essence? It certainly is in the pocket. Not enough time there to let that play develop down the field, and the 2 were not able to reel it in.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Nate Wiggins has got it. And the Ravens get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. First down, here's Lamar. Steelers bringing pressure, no place to go, down he goes. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
It's second
I'm not sure
and
that deficit's
21.
going anywhere anytime soon. If
50
anything,
yard
this is a
line.
defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
Now at midfield after that loss. Here's second and long. Now Jackson. He finds Bateman on the slant. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Got a man downfield. It's Bateman. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. It's a gain of 22. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
And it'll be first and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
10 more yards. That's enough.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from M&T Bank Stadium coming up. Breaking the huddle, here's first and goal. They put Flowers in motion right. Going to the ground again on first. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up.
Second and goal.
That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something, an injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
The Steelers calling their first time out as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Slot man motioned over. Back now, pressure coming. And he scores. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
That is Tyler Luke, now on for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Ravens tied this game 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. Kenneth Gainwell now to return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Steelers and Jalen Warren headed back out there offensively. And it's going to be interesting to see, Brock, if they're a little rattled, seeing that interception end up costing them the lead. Things all tied up now.
Okay, maybe a little rattled, but these are pros, and part of that is understanding. Those guys on the other side, they're capable of making plays too. The key now is to go atone for it and get that lead back.
All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there, and that brings up 2nd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Rodgers from the gun. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
That right there, Kate, that's taking the hard lessons from the previous drive and putting it into practice right here. You don't see a throw you like, it's too tight a window, don't risk yet another interception.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. They'll throw. 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrives at the exact same time there. And that brings up 4th and long.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
Takes it in at the 21. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Baltimore running its offense out now. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
You know those elite zone defenses in basketball, Kate, it just feels like they're everywhere, clogging up every passing lane. This quarterback, well, he felt the same thing when he dropped back. Nowhere to go but for a sack.
Might be time to reach in the bag of tricks on 2nd down. 16 to go following the sack. From the gun, Jackson. Completed over the middle. And this one doesn't go far. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or will make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. All right, back to the ground game here. And he gets him 5, but still ways short of that line of gain. So here comes 4th down. The Steelers use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Jordan Stout on now to punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Begins his return at the 16. And that return's going to leave him enough time to squeeze in 2 plays here if they want before the half. First and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. His charge towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
Kyle Van Noy on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. at the 20.
So we're all knotted up here at the half, Brock, as we send this over to our buddy Scott Hansen, who's got our halftime report. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, thanks for that hard work, Scott. These two teams ready to break this tie as we welcome you back for the third quarter. Who knows when the deciding moment will come? We're underway in the second half of a deadlocked game. On the return, here's Gainwell. And he's brought down just inside the 25. We'll see the Steeler offense first this half as they're headed out now. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. A run from Warren here to start the third. Space pass to 35. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And the Steelers have a first down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
We've set it downs from 37. Warren once more. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Off play action. Here's Rodgers. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled. The catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. Looking slant route, complete. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he's set out. They gain 11 on that play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
On 2nd down, Warren is able to drive that pile about a yard. Travis Jones, the man in on that tackle.
A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
3rd down and 4 now. This is the 7th play of this drive. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. He's got his man. This is Austin. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. A pickup of 17. And the Steelers have a 1st down.
That's another Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Play action here with Rodgers. Complete to DK Metcalf. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Shotgun handoff to Warren. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Now Rodgers on his 3rd and short. Caught by Warren out of the backfield. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Warren running between the tackles. And he's going to be hauled down after a gain of about 7. It's 2nd down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Feeling the receiver in motion left. They'll go again with Warren. He's actually going to lose yards here. They take him down at the 10-yard line.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, it did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Ravens going with a dime package now. 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. Brought in. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers take the lead right away in half number 2. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers break that tie and now lead by 7.
Ravens 7.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Starting from the 5. And decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight?
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Lamar off to play fake. Likely's got it right side. Jukes away from one. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run, break tackles, and get in the open field, they truly are some of the best athletes on the team.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. First down from the 42. From the pistol, Henry. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. They go play fake with Jackson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock. And physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Short pass brought in. And he's going to be hauled down on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. A motion at tight end left. On 1st and 10, it's Henry. Winning there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
DeAndre Hopkins. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
Play number 7 on this drive, and they need 7 here on 3rd down. Throw here, 3rd down. This one's in range, but it gets knocked away. Couldn't connect, and that brings up 4th down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got 1 hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down. Desperation time here. It's complete. Play made by Bateman. And he's taken down at the 30. So an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble to go for it there on 4th down, Brock. They're moving the chains.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Lamar throwing again. Complete Derrick Henry. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Again, it's Jackson to the air. Escapes the pocket. And this is down to the doorstep of that red zone. Another yard to reach it and pick up that first down, too.
I don't mind that scramble at all, Kate. It makes that defense think this guy's not just going to sit in the pocket all day. But I'll say this as well, like I do all the time. When you're going to scramble as a quarterback, make sure you protect yourself.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Oh, they're going to have the fullback trying power for it. Those wheels started spinning, but he just couldn't gain any traction. He stopped at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens losing by 7. The deficit is 7, so they have to convert here on 4th down. Lamar's going to keep this one. And they are sent off the field. They had to go for it. Defense knew it was coming. That's a turnover on downs.
Kate, that is all about the eyes of the defense, keyed in on the quarterback. Whether it was going to be a run or a throw, that defense was so locked in, they hold him short of the sticks.
Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. They're going to pass it here. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. He'll throw it. And this is another incompletion. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
Kate, I've talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
Pulled in at the 20. That's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. They passed on the field goal, didn't get it on 4th down. Interested to see what they do if a similar situation arises on this next possession. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. They're backed up. Not a stop they could afford, Brock, as this one loses yards.
He was taken down.
That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Back to throw. That pass pulled in by Henry. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
At the 48-yard line.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Setting up to pass. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Here he is to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And they make the stop, I'm going to say, at about the 37-yard line. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
37-yard line.
To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. He'll look to throw it. Finds him over the middle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one.
Brings up second
And now
a
they're
yard.
powerless to stop that
At the
clock with a
Steelers'
timeout at least.
28-yard line.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Just a yard left to go on second down. Jackson yet again. Dumps it off to his running back. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
It's a gain of 2.
That's good for a couple of yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Time not on their side here as they get set for first down. No timeouts remaining either. And again, it's Jackson. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
It's now second and 10.
They'll try something else from the 27 this time. Second and 10. One final shot here. Trying to push deep downfield. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. That's no way to end the game, right, Brock? Can't have a defensive penalty on the final play. So an untimed down coming up. Here he goes, one final shot. And with no time left, he takes this into the end zone. Down to their last breath, Brock, and now they can tie it or go for the win. I still don't think everyone has quite processed that touchdown as time expired, Brock, but they don't have time. They've got to make the biggest decision of the game right now. Do you force overtime or do you go for this win?
Well, you said a key word right there, processed. And this is a process. You spend the week planning it, you got the numbers behind it, but ultimately, Kate, this comes down to gut and feel. I say it every time in these moments. You've had to use the last 4 quarters to make this decision, and it better not have been right in the moment. You better have made it before this drive began.
So starting this year, we've got some new rules in place for overtime, Brock. Both teams now guaranteed a chance to possess the football in overtime of any game, not just the playoff. So an opening drive touchdown, no longer an instant game winner. Got to be able to make a stop too. It's a new look to NFL overtime. Let's see how this plays out as we get underway with some bonus football. Here comes Williams on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. First throw of overtime. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Another curious call there, Kate, because the passing game, it's not worked real well for them in regulation, and that operation, that wasn't good enough either.
Overtime just getting started. Both teams are going to get a chance with the football here. We've got second down. Rodgers from the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
All right, needing 3 yards here on third down if they want to keep this opening drive of overtime going. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. That one nabbed by Warren. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
First down. An 8-yard
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Trying an inside give to Warren. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Back to the line they come, second down. Working out of the gun, here's Rodgers. Short pass brought in. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
To Calvin Austin. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 3.
To the line, here's 3rd and 3. Staying between the tackles with Gainwell. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up 4th down.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
The Steelers set to punt it. And in overtime, he needs to make this a good one. And he can't hurt you with the return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? So this one flies out right around the 15-yard line.
15-yard line.
The Ravens trotting out their offense. Their defense got off the field clean, Brock, and now their offense runs on knowing that any points are going to end this game.
Well, you want to look up complimentary football in the football dictionary, this might be the most important time for it. One side of the ball makes the stand, now the other side gets a chance to go win it.
Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. They'll start this series with an option left. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Some work to do here. Need to make some progress to get in range for that game winner. Here's 2nd down. Jackson keeping it himself. Fighting for all he can, partner, but this play is not going to get past the line. It's going to be 3rd down.
Man, it is tough to fool this defense with how they just react to these plays, Kate. They held that line, the QB keeper, it gets 0.
3rd down here, need 8 on the play. Here he goes, 3rd and long. To the left and hauled in by Likely. And it's a quality effort here as he's pushed out right along the 40. They get 23 on that one. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Lamar off the play fake. This one's to Andrews outright. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Motion man is the tight end. He's going left. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. This is Cox going right back to Andrews. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
They'll send him over right. First down throw for Jackson. Completed over the middle. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
Second down now, they need 7. From the gun, a run for Henry. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Nice drive here. It's up to 8 plays as they get set for 3rd and 6. Throwing now. Likely's got it right side. And this spot is going to be close, but he does not have that first. They're going to face 4th and short.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
And now the entire game rests on his next kick. Now a timeout comes in with 7 seconds to go. Time for maybe 2 plays if they're quick about it. Big moment here in overtime. 4th down, and the offense is out there. Lamar's going to keep this one. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. As expected, here's the timeout. And now they'll get to discuss the play that'll end this in a win or a tie.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Offense is set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Look at that power, deep left side. And he pulls it in. That's a touchdown and ends this game. It all came down to the situation they hoped for. Brock, ball in their QB's hands or a chance to win it. He came through when it mattered most.
And all you really do and hope for in that moment, and when it arrives, is you got the right man under center for the job, and in this moment, he was that dude.
So it ends as a win for the Ravens. And it took some extra effort, Brock, some bonus football.